The Sun, the source of pretty much all life on our planet. If it wasn't for the Sun, we wouldn't have food, air, or hot tans. For years, scientists have gone through the scenario of the fiery ball dying out. While there's no doubt this will one day happen, it doesn't look like it's going to be anytime soon. Yet it's still interesting to wonder what would happen if our Sun didn't work anymore. For interest's sake, let's talk about what would happen if the Sun just exploded. No warning whatsoever, just blew up on us. How fast would it happen? How cold would it be? Wait a second, could we actually survive? We're talking about all this and more, so stay tuned. So what does the Sun do? For those of you who need to be reminded, the Sun is indeed a star which serves as the center of our solar system. Contrary to what many people believe, the Sun is not a solid object like the Earth. It's actually made up of layers of hydrogen and helium. Its main function in our solar system is to radiate heat and light. This gives us solar energy, which is what basically allows life to exist on our planet. Without the proper light from the Sun, plants can't grow. No plants equals bad news for the life forms on our planet. If we don't have plants, we wouldn't have food or oxygen. Life on Earth would basically be extinct. How long does the Sun have left? NASA estimates that the Sun has been around for about 4.6 billion years. Scientists believe the Sun, along with the rest of our solar system, formed from something called the solar nebula. This is a cloud of interstellar dust and hydrogen that came together under its own gravity. From here, the Sun and our planets were formed. As if 4.6 billion didn't seem enough time, scientists estimate the fiery ball in the sky has another 5 billion years to go. Right now, our Sun is in the most stable phase of its life cycle. Eventually, the Sun will run out of hydrogen and begin to expand, vaporizing Earth. This is what is known as a red giant. From there, it will begin shrinking, turning into something known as a white dwarf, a fancy name for a dying star. Never mind the idea of the Sun burning out. What if it just exploded out of nowhere? How screwed would we be? Science fiction has long pondered the idea of the Sun dying much earlier than expected. Earlier, as in present time. Let's talk about a supernova. To put it simply, a supernova is the explosion of a star. It happens when the star is under too much pressure. From here, it becomes overwhelmed by gravity and collapses in on itself. This might seem like a long process, but trust me, it happens in seconds. An explosion of the Sun would affect us instantly. Think about it. The Sun is only 93 million miles away from Earth. I know that seems like an impossible distance, but considering the vastness of space, this is actually pretty close. In order for our planet to be safe from a supernova, we would need to be at least 50 light years away. At least. Now, the Sun exploding would definitely kill people right away, but not all of us. Now, don't get me wrong, our entire planet would be devastated by the shockwave, but only the people on the side of the Earth facing the Sun would be killed at that moment. I know this sounds terrifying, but a quick and painless death is probably what you'd want. As far as the other side of the planet, it would experience an increase in temperature that would be about 15 times hotter than the Sun's surface. On top of this, we would also be stuck in permanent darkness. This means we would run out of oxygen. Even if we had some oxygen left, the lack of sunlight would leave us unable to grow new food. This would have you wishing you burnt away with the people on the other side of the Earth. What if humans survived? Now, let's just say, for argument's sake, there were still humans alive on Earth after the explosion. Chances are our planet would float away into space. The Sun's mass is no longer there to keep us in orbit. Of course, there's always a chance our planet could reach another star and come into orbit with that, but by that time we'd all be dead. Within just a year of the supernova, the Earth's temperature would plummet to minus 73 degrees Celsius. That's minus 100 Fahrenheit. The waters would freeze to the point where every ocean and lake would be a block of ice. After about 1,000 years without the Sun, Earth's atmosphere would freeze over. This would leave it uninhabitable. Any life form on the planet would be vulnerable to radiation and meteors. A life without the Sun seems pretty bleak. Would there be any hope for humans on Earth if we were to go without the Sun? What if we lived underground? This is definitely a possibility. A few meters below our planet's surface, the Earth has a temperature of 17 degrees Celsius, or 62 Fahrenheit. With the right preparations, humans could create an entire civilization underground. This would ensure the survival of our species. But don't get too excited. Before you grab a pickaxe and start digging in your backyard, I need to tell you something. This would take hundreds of years of preparation. Not only would it be needed to build an entire infrastructure underground, we'd also need to collect the proper resources. This would take the effort of potentially millions of people over countless generations. This would also imply that we'd know in advance when exactly the Sun would actually explode. While we already know that the Sun's time is limited, it's hard to tell exactly when its time is up. When do scientists think the Sun will explode? The Sun may be old, but in terms of a star, it's not that old. Take the Methuselah star, for instance, which is about 190 light years from Earth. It's almost 14 billion years old. While scientists can estimate how long the Sun has, it's pretty much impossible to come up with an exact date. After all, we still only know a limited amount about the Sun. It's kind of hard to get to. But now, it's safe to say that the human race has a bit of time. As scary as it is, the human race may not even be around to see the Sun explode. Within the 5 billion years it has left, the Sun will pretty much vaporize our oceans. It's also said to increase in brightness significantly. Space can be a cold and unforgiving place. Care to learn more? Let's keep the conversation going with a couple more space-related videos, shall we? Here's what you need to know. Find out if a nuclear bomb could actually destroy an asteroid coming at Earth. Or how about watching what would happen if the Earth ever ran into a black hole? Go ahead, click one, or better yet, watch both, and learn more about the scariest parts of our universe. What part of space scares you the most? Let us know in the comments below.